Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBC champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this one before, or recently at least, with Junior Fa. Junior Fa, who's been sparring Deontay Wilder quite a few times actually, and of course in the latest sparring camp on his lead up to Tyson Fury, where Tyson Fury absolutely decimated him and forced his team to throw in the towel. Now, Junior Fa, he's meant to be taking on Joseph Parker in New Zealand. We're waiting for official confirmation on that one, which will mark the DAZN debut in New Zealand. Now, Junior Fa, first of all, he says that this injury happened in the last stages of training camp, and even so, he says that the way that Tyson Fury went after Deontay Wilder, injured bicep or no injured bicep, it would have made no difference. Okay, so he's not making an excuse. That's why Deontay Wilder lost. Okay, so we do have to clarify that one. Now, do I believe this injury? Yeah, I do. Because Deontay Wilder, he has a history of injuring himself in training camps. He does it all the time, which is why Wilder said on numerous occasions, I can't wait for the day that I retire so I can stop all this crap. Because he's always injured himself. I mean, the amount of surgeries that he's had is unbelievable. It really, really is. Now, as far as any kind of bearing on the fight, no. The way that Tyson Fury went after him, Wilder didn't get a chance to really throw his punch or anything anyway. So I agree with Junior Fa, it would have made absolutely no difference whatsoever. For some of the Wildettes, the Wilder fanboys, of course, that will be one of the many excuses that they can throw on top of the excuse pile, okay? But at the end of the day, it makes absolutely no difference. Now, Wilder, he said this a few weeks after the fight when he had a very, very brief interview. I forget who it was with. It was something on PBC or something like that, where, of course, previously he said about the costume, but he did actually say, well, he's just recently had surgery on his arm. Now, I remember doing a video on that one, saying, well, what is it that he's done? Because in the lead up to this fight, he was saying he's in the best condition and finally he's going to get a Tyson Fury where he is in his prime condition. He feels good, everything's going great, blah, blah, blah. And even on the week of the fight, I feel great. This is what he's saying. I haven't felt this good in a long time. Tyson Fury's in a whole world of trouble. Now, of course, we could argue that's what he's supposed to say in the lead up to a fight anyway. But at the same time, why say it if it's not true? Just don't bother saying it at all, right? And then afterwards, it just looks like excuses. But to be fair, Wilder, he never said that this is what happened in the lead up. He just said that after he's recently had surgery, which is why I've been quiet. Well, he's still been quiet several months later. He's gone into hiding, which is very unusual for Wilder. But surgery on his arm, it's not the first time he's had surgery on his arm. He's had it numerous occasions. I mean, the amount of medication that must be floating around in his system for recovery is probably unbelievable. I'm pretty sure if we check the history of Deontay Wilder's VADA testing, while he's been passing all VADA, of course, but he's probably been getting some use exemptions, okay? Again, much like with UCAD and other ones, you don't have to pass everything if you've got something in your system, as long as you can put it on the form before you're tested. This is what I'm taking, this is why, and here is the doctor's certificate. Then you're usually okay with it, okay? So it's not like he's done something that's necessarily illegal, okay? But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But I think that a injury to Wilder's arm, it's not surprising. The amount of surgeries that he's had on his arm, on his forearm, on his hands is unbelievable. Now, how much of it is real, how much of it is not, we don't know. It seems that every time Wilder fights, there always seems to be something. You know, he's got flu. He broke his hand. He couldn't throw the punch in sparring. He damaged his bicep. He broke it. At one occasion, he even broke his arm and somehow managed to heal it within, what is it, a 6 or 7 week process. And within that one, he somehow managed to knock out a mascot, some Mexican mascot, and that as well. So how much of it is real, how much of it is not, we don't know. But either way, that does seem to be another excuse. Well, no, it's not an excuse, because there's nothing in the world that a damaged bicep would have done in that fight because of the way that Tyson Fury took him out. Because when Wilder said afterwards that he's had surgery, I was thinking, well, what is it that you've done? Because you threw that right hand 2, maybe 3 times. And the only other times that your arms was actually in use is when you was actually hitting the canvas and pulling yourself back up of it again. So I thought, okay, well, maybe he's injured his arm when he's hit the canvas or something. Maybe, I don't know. But makes no difference. He got annihilated. It is what it is. It's not like he just got one punch and that's all she wrote. He got decimated from round 1 all the way to the towel being thrown in round number 7. So for me, the way that fight went down, I can agree with Junior Fa. Absolutely Nothing in the world a good bicep or damaged bicep would have done to have changed the way that that fight was going. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.